Hey, what is going on, everybody? What is up, Techno fam? Chana D, your Techno Dad here with my special guest, Brandon, aka B the Installer. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's up, everybody in the chat? What's going on, Brandon?
What's up, man?
Well, you know,
getting down to that music, man.
I'd like to say a whole lot of nothing's going on, but we know there's a whole lot of shit going on.
Yeah, man.
Like in the world, in the United States, and as far as TVs are concerned, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. So
crazy times.
Glad to have you on the show again. And look, his setup has totally changed. This is what I love about creators reinvesting in their craft, right? This is what I like to see. So you've come a long way since that first time on the Daily Hi-Fi podcast.
Since the USB attempt with the lavalier mic. Yeah. Changed a bit.
Yeah. Who do we got in the chat? Where's my... Oh, man. This Melon app is still a little clunky. We've got Capono. What's going on? JB. And let's see. Is that Ryan D? My Gadgets World. What's going on, Mike? Len, how are you guys doing? You guys were in here early. I appreciate that. We both appreciate that.
What up, Mike?
Yep. Kanga's in here. Roy. Raphael. Hey, he says my two favorite YouTubers. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it.
Oh,
nice. We have succeeded. Can you see the chat, Brandon?
I just pulled it up, but I got the double audio in my ear, so I had to I lost you for a second.
Yeah,
but I got it now. Yep.
I was like, he's trying to figure something out.
Yeah. I'm trying the Chana D Techno Dad style here with my camera in front of my computer. Yeah. So it's like I'm looking around. I'm like, huh?
So I just make the windows small. So like
that's what I'm
of
doing.
The window. Yeah.
I got you down to the left right here. I got the chat to the right, and I got myself behind the camera because I already got it on the camera. So I don't really need it.
There it is. There it is. So yeah, what do we all right, I'm just gonna say this. I think the best TVs barring one or two TVs, best TVs of 2021, if you're in the market for a TV, probably gonna be TVs from 2020. There it is. I said it. You guys want to crucify me about that?
We had a chat about this. Well, we had that chat. We were chatting about this, and it's like, right now, I mean, you can get like an LG C10, a 77-inch TV for $3,200. I mean, it was like $5,000 when it came out. You know,
mm-hmm.
I mean, is the new TVs? Is a C1 going to be $1,000 or $2,000 better, or
Because you have to get the expensive one, the Evo, to get that extra brightness, right?
Absolutely.
And you have the A90J right behind you, don't you?
Well, I have the 8H behind me, but I have the A90J in the bedroom, 65-inch, which is pretty awesome, pretty bright. Love it. I think I got a bad one. I don't know if you want me to tell him yet, but I can.
He thinks he got a bad.
Well, I did. I mean, I'm getting
$4,000 TV. Oh.
Yeah, I got So I had the 55-inch for the review, and it was clean. It looked good. It had a slight vignetting around the corners, but I was like, this is clean compared to the QN98. But then I got the 65-inch installed, put it up, ready to make a video, and I turned on just a random movie, and it panned one way, and it was just it was a grid up and down, like horizontal and vertical, just a complete grid of pretty significant DSC on the screen with a line down the left 1/3 of the screen was noticeable. I mean, I can pull it up on my phone and show you guys. It's pretty legit. So I was like, not cool. And for $4,000 for a 65-inch TV, that's not going to stay.
That's not going to fly, right?
Nope.
Oh man.
See if I'll send you that picture so you can throw it up. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when everyone's buying a TV for themselves, you're not going to there's some things you can deal with. If a Samsung's going to have some dirty screen effect in order to, get a really bright TV at a decent price. But if you're buying a Master Series OLED, you're not going to really like that. It's going to be pretty rough.
No, definitely. I mean, the Master Series is supposed to be their creme de la creme, right? That's their top level. It's the best that Sony has to offer, right, in an OLED TV. or LCD, because I believe last time they did the Master Series in 2019, they also had an LED, which was pretty awesome. The 100-inch of that TV was just insane. Yeah, FOMO's in the house. Oh, that's my comment. Why am I pulling up my own comment?
There, I sent you that. I sent you the image. You can see it on the left side if you want to throw it out. I don't know. At some point you can, whatever.
All right, let's see. Let's see if I can get up here. Share screen. So this is
everyone.
Go ahead.
No, as I say, but while he's doing that, everyone, if you're in the market for like an LG C10, just get it, man. Just get it and be happy,
All right, so what are we looking at, Brandon?
So if you look in the kind of like in the middle of this to just the left side of it, you can see all the different banding. I mean, you can see it right in that image. All that is on the actual screen. Let's see. It's kind of hard to tell in this shot. I'm like moving around here.
I kind of see it if I move around a little bit, but I think I see what, like right here.
That line right there is it's absolutely noticeable. Like I can see it from 10 feet away. So, I mean, like, what would you do if you can see that line in your TV when there's a white screen or there's a gray, light gray, or there's any kind of panning shot, any kind of sports? And that's not the only one. I mean, it's pretty significant in both like horizontal and vertical, but that's the one that stands out the most is that one that's like on that left side. And it's pretty crazy because the 55-inch had none of that. And I've talked to some other people that have a 65 and they don't have that either. So I must have got a bad one.
That's tough, man. That's a tough thing to hear. You spend $4,000 on a TV and you're like, crap. You're excited. I could imagine the excitement, and then you took this time to install the stupid thing on the wall.
That's the problem. And people think, I'm an installer, so like, boo-hoo, he can reinstall it. But man, I videotaped it. It took 3 hours to.
Right. It takes quite a while. You got to get different angles, lights, and moving all that stuff around and.
And on top of it, I put it too high as well. So then my wife told me it was too high.
Yeah, right. She's the boss. Boss says I got to lower it. And then Sony went in and kind of fucked you over a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's, they're good people at Magnolia Room. Not a problem. Ordered another one immediately. No questions asked. So they were cool about it and no problem. I go in there all the time. So they love me there. So we're good.
Yeah.
Magnolia Room's you can order them through Magnolia Room. Obviously, there's some other people like Valley Electronics. I know a lot of people enjoy their customer service and getting to talk to those guys specifically. Mm-hmm. So obviously, buy it where you can get it. It's going to be a hot commodity, man. It's going to be hard to get all year, I think.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, they said at the store they can't even keep them in there. Like they're gone immediately. If one shows up, someone sells it immediately.
Really? Wow. Yeah. Well, it is a hot commodity. Catch or whoever's, I can't say this. You just bought your LG CX, and when I switch inputs, my PlayStation 5 turns on. Why is that? Probably some sort of CEC is turned on either the TV or on the PlayStation 5. So just look up, how to turn that off on your LG.
I think it's in the accessory menu.
It's either accessory or system. One of the
system somewhere. Yeah, I think you're right. System menu and then HDMI CEC. You can click it off if you want. But actually, a lot of people like that just because, but when you turn off the TV, it also turns off your PS5 too. So my kids have been mad when I turn the TV off and I say, the PS5 will stay on. It'll be fine. And they're like, no. And then it does. It turns it off. So they get mad. Logs them out of their game.
Oh, man. Hey, and then you got to explain to them, it's just a game.
Very serious Fortnite players, man.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, keeping up with the Joneses. Thank you so much, Tristan, for being here. Everybody in the chat, thank you guys so much for hanging out. FOMO's in here, and his new video is about how Samsung did a royal pooch screw on the, what is that, the Q85?
QN85, yeah. QN85A.
QN85A.
I haven't seen it. I didn't check that video out yet. I got to check it out. I love FOMO's videos. They're great. He's good guy.
He's awesome for sure. If you guys hadn't seen at least the thumbnail for that, make sure where is this? There it is. Come on. Dang, this takes this long. This is lame. That's what the thumbnail looks like. So make sure you check out FOMO's video. Look, 6 hours ago, 6,800 views. Awesome.
I'm going to guess, looking at a video like that, it's probably not a good thing with the giant X over the TV. So I'm going to guess. The QLED fail is written right there, but basically, I I would imagine the IP.
Go ahead. You imagine what?
No, I don't know. It's just you basically got it with that noise. We're good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Basically, it's one of the things where like, and you have the QN 90 right
I have
behind
both
you,
of them
right?
here, and I have So we got, just if anyone wants to know, you can watch basketball here, or we can watch Endgame up there, whatever you guys want to watch. So I can move out of the way, and we can the Bucks are playing down here.
Wait! I'll get hit with copyright.
I know, right? That's why I'm
that.
hiding it. Don't worry, I'm hiding it.
No, it's all good.
It's bokeh, so you can't see it.
Yeah. Hopefully, there's nothing going on. You know, I got like 2 weeks ago on my DJ stream, they pulled that video, and I got a warning saying if I do something like that again, I won't be able to upload, post, or go live for a week. And if it continues, then they'll shut down my channel. So definitely, they're definitely cracking down on this.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I know you had all those. I
had 3 copyright claims in my last video, just because I've always used clips in order to. It's educational. It's augmented, so it's supposed to be fair use, but I'm still newer at this, so it's a little, not sure. I got one on I did a PS5 or a Xbox Series X, OLED versus QLED video where I did John Wick 3. I just had some of the intro stuff, and that got hit, but they released it. And then this one, Warner Brothers and Sony, 3 different clips of mine got flagged, and it took, 36 hours or so, but it's all they cleared them. Both Warner Brothers and Sony cleared them. So it's all good. And, so then it's all back to normal. So it's good. It wasn't like a strike. It was just like, if they don't clear this claim, then they can take, the income from your video.
Right. And that's this one right here, right?
Correct.
A90J versus
the A90J.
If you guys haven't seen this, he put this up 4 days ago. Great comparison, by the way, man. Like, I know how much of a pain in the ass it is to do those things. So,
it's not easy, especially with a QLED versus an OLED, because, there's a lot of, they're made for different, they're kind of made for different situations. So it's kind of like, hard to compare them in a dark room or a bright room. It's kind of like,
Yeah. Like, I think,
split the difference.
As far as like, the TVs this year, and the one on top behind you is the A8H, right? So it's last year's Sony OLED, and
which I love that TV. It's fantastic.
I thought it was a great TV, even though it came in at like 680 nits in in the cinema and custom modes. Like in my dark room, totally fine, fine. Like that level of nits. And we were talking about this, and I think you guys need to know, like, what is it you said, or somebody. No, yeah, it was you saying that somebody commented that the 90A, the new 90A is like way brighter than the Q90T from last year.
Well, that's the thing
from Artings, right?
Yeah, I think the ratings or whatever had said that they some inside information, so I don't want to like give it away. They're doing their thing, so I don't want to give it away. But they said it scored well, and they liked it. It was the early notes that I heard from comments on my channel.
Right. So here's the thing: like, I know when I measured the Q90T when I had it in, it measured at 1500 nits, which I was actually surprised about. And having that in a dark room, like my master bedroom, like, dude, it was so bright. Like, I was literally squinting at the fact that it's so bright. And this stupid Windows chime thing just went off. I hate you. Get off my screen. And
no, it's definitely it's bright. And and the funny thing, while you're doing that, Samsung used to have their ambient sensor used to be like less reactive. So it would take a minute to kind of kick in, and it would be like less reactive. Now the Samsung ambient detection like kicks in like with clouds behind coming in and out of my window. Like it's sunny, it's cloudy, it's sunny, and it's constantly changing. It's really reactive. How quickly the Q90T and the Q90A like will get brighter, darker, brighter, darker. So I like that Sony's is a little bit more subtle. Their ambient light detection, it's a little bit more subtle, but yeah, Samsung's is necessary, because if you're trying to watch at night, like I had a KS8000 in my bedroom for a few years. That thing is, it's like shining a spotlight in your bedroom at night if it kicks onto something bright.
Yeah. Well, you know what? First, let me say, Sunny Woo, thank you so much for the super chat. Totally appreciate it. You're a star. Planning on getting a new 80 plus for the TV for a room with lots of natural light. Should I get the Q90A or wait for the Q900A or the Z9J? Planning on using it for movies, TVs, shows, gaming. So basically, you're going to use it for everything. I would say that's a tough one. I would probably go. I don't know if you really need to go 8K with the QN900A. Or the Z9J. That's up to you. I mean, you want to drop the coin on 8K?
Yeah.
Like, by all means.
You got the cash, man. If you got the cash,
go for it. Go for it.
Go for the big dog.
If you have to ask how much it costs, because I was about to ask how much it costs, and then I realized I was just like, if you have to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it. So,
I'm sure you could. High roller.
This guy. Well, oh man, I just unboxed a $5,000 integrated amplifier. Thing's like 70 pounds. It was such a pain in the butt. I was actually kind of late because of that, trying to get into our situation here. Mr. Buster Palmer, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Just joined, but I'm currently in the market. And in your opinion, is the G1 or C1 worth it? I'm coming from a Sony 900E. Oh, I had the Sony 900E. That was a great TV, and I think that was, 2016? Maybe 17? It's a little hazy now.
Not like 2017, something like that.
Yeah. It depends. Is a C1 or G1 worth it? It depends. It depends on, do you think that the, boost in lighting is going to be better? Do you want to get the CX for a little bit less? 2017? Okay. So it's just one of those things where you have to figure it out. Do you want to spend the extra cash to get the latest and greatest? And because I mean, look, chances are you won't notice a difference when you've got one of those TVs. If you get the CX and it's in your room, or if you get the C1 and it's in your room, you won't know unless you have both in your room, like which one's better. And we can sit here and nitpick tiny details, but they're great TVs. Like,
I mean, they're top 5% TV, top 3% TVs, both of them,
So either way, it's like, I just say go for it. Just buy one of them.
I know that. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say there's a lot of things always coming. And this is in one of my old videos from like 3 years ago. There's a point where you just have to be like, okay, I've got this amount of money. Fuck it, I'm gonna buy a TV now. I can't just wait and wait. Otherwise, you'll be waiting. Oh my gosh, micro LEDs coming.
There's always something better coming up.
Or sorry, micro OLED or mini OLED, mini LED. No, not mini LED, micro LED. That's the one.
Micro LED or QD, yeah.
Yeah, or QD OLED or whatever. Like the bottom line is, waiting. It's just that if you want to play the waiting game, you can. But then you're gonna have, like our guest in the chat, you're gonna have a little case of FOMO because you're like, man, I should have bought this. I could have been basking in all the OLED glory for the last 6 months, 8 months, but now you've been waiting and you're like, crap, man, I want this OLED already or whatever. So that's up to you. Scott Woodford, thank you for the super chat. Looking for a TV that's 48-inch that is good for playing PS5. Any suggestions? I mean, I would say go with this 48-inch OLED.
C10, yeah, man, it's great.
Yeah,
pick one up.
It's
like $14.99 or something.
It's shitty because the 55-inch is probably cheaper. But it just
does that have to do with the cost of making it, the cutting of the glass? Yeah,
all that.
I think I watched a couple of videos. Some of these guys know a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know this stuff.
the audience that watches my channel, your channel, FOMO's channel, HD TV Test, Digital Trends, they're all really well informed. Like
Absolutely.
That's one of the things. Oh, speaking of Digital Trends, did you see their video on the 90J? A90J?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It was a good review. I thought it was really good.
I think it's funny. Caleb was like, hands down, this is the best TV I've ever seen.
He just went for it, man. He was being honest.
and you kind of have to be that way. Like, again,
and it's not being like a fanboy or anything. Like, people get mad when you don't like the brand. It's not like I will like any TV that I get if it's a good TV. Like he even said he likes Sony, but it's a great TV. You got to be honest. We're all fans of TVs too.
Yeah. No, totally. I mean, I'm a definitely a picture quality fan. I do want to have those gaming features. So here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. We are in a spot where Sony just released a TV with two HDMI 2.1 ports, one of them being the eARC port, which I think is great, especially if you plan on getting an AV receiver. That's my main thing about that. But we won't have VRR thanks to FOMO's video. We won't have VRR until December. So now, you get an LG C10 or Sony, and then wait for the VRR. So this is another situation where they release a TV and they promise features with an update, and all you Samsung owners know, like, that shit could take years. Could take years. The Q90R still waiting on an eARC update. So yeah, that's it. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough.
I like the way that LG TVs are just really easy for gaming. They're just really easy for connecting. They work. It's going to be tough with the VRR update not here, and I think that Sony was at a bit of a disadvantage already. I just feel like it's easy to choose a C10 for these reasons, and the C1, the G1, the G10, all those TVs, they're amazing. They're really good TVs. And if you get last year's, you're going to be saving a bunch of cash. I think someone said they just got think about this, a Gallery Series OLED for around $2,000 right now for a 65-inch, or the Sony A90J Master Series for $4,000, or like that gentleman was asking before, 65-inch QN 900A 8K TV is $5,000 for a 65-inch. So you could buy two of those C10s, you buy two of the G10s for that price.
Wait. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? You can buy two C10s for that price.
Yeah.
So you can have one in the living room and one in the bedroom, or, you can put one in the bathroom if you really.
I've done installs in bathrooms, man. I definitely have.
I know you talked about it.
Man.
So, all right. Mr. Palmer asks, where my TV is, it's in a darker room, and I'm literally just gaming with the Series X, but I did some research, and basically the C1 and G1 are the same except for the Evo panel, but I could be wrong. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Pretty much.
And I'm not sure. So with the A90J, hey, what's up, Optimus Vader, Snoots, Fred, Shane W, Simon, Medieval, what's up? Do you mean the best TVs are the 2018, 2019 models for picture quality? Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Like, you got to think from year to year, like we're getting incremental updates. And then I know Sony did this cognitive XR chip, and I was going to ask you about that because you have the TV, to see if you notice
what was it? Sorry,
the cognitive XR processor, the thing
Absolutely.
where
okay, yeah. So definitely, it's interesting. It's cool. Like, you get I compared it. I did a video comparing it. I reviewed it, but I also compared it to the A8H. And some scenes in HDR were very similar. And then all of a sudden, the highlights in the movie, like Big Hero 6, all of a sudden the whites were just boom. They just they shot at you in the A90J, and it's pretty intense. It's pretty cool. And if I had any complaints about the 8H, is that when I'm watching dark content, HDR or just regular cable, it's just a little bit, it just lacks a little bit of pop. The faces don't look quite as bright as it could, compared to other TVs. Well, the A90J really takes care of that. It's really bright. I mean, but then I was telling you, a couple of scenes where it's like the white balance seems to be off, and you're just watching some random channel and there's a dude standing with some light behind him. And then it's it's accentuating that yellow behind him. And it's the people aren't, it's definitely doing its thing. And for the most part, it looks amazing. I wonder if it's trying to do a little too much, or if it's just kind of, messing with the scenes, or if it's accurate in how it's projecting what it thinks should be highlighted like our eyes. It's interesting to know that technology. I'd be interested to learn more about how it really works, the inside info on that. But It's a pretty legit TV for real.
So it does work, but sometimes it kind of like confuses what you're supposed to be looking at, or
I feel like it might be, it might be blowing the light on that like background that maybe you don't want as bright because the person is darker in the middle, like, because the lighting was off in that interview, or example, or, something like that. So it's just kind of like, for the most part though, I'm just, I'm kind of throwing that out. It's not very scientific in what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's noticeably different. The processor is definitely doing its thing. It's definitely making highlights in movies look amazing. Things like, we watched that Raya and the Last Dragon with the kids, like a lot of these other new movies, The Big Hero 6, a lot of like, really good HDR content looks amazing. Like just turning on HBO Max in order to check out that Zack Snyder cut of the, the Justice League. When that HBO Max is purple, I mean, it is bright purple on that TV. That it looks like a QLED and how bright it is. It definitely is close to being as bright in some instances.
right. Well, it's kind of one of those things. Like I would like to see maybe version 2 or generation 2, see how good it can get. I know a lot of the TVs I saw at CES last year, 2020, they were all doing AI, like Dolby Vision AI. They're analyzing what's on screen. Oh, they know that it's grass, so they're gonna pump the green. They know that it's a blue sky, so they're gonna pump the blue. I mean, these things are getting like smarter than our phones, so it's kind of crazy. And at the same time, I'm like, okay, all of this is fine. All of this is well and good. Can we just stop all that bullshit and get a 12-bit fucking panel? Like, can we do that? Can we get actual true Dolby Vision? Because I got discs. I got a whole bunch of discs that I just bought. A lot of them got Dolby Vision. I got 12 bits coming off my Oppo 203. I got nothing that's 12-bit. And I wish they would. And I know this is how they operate, right? I know. I'm not stupid. This is they want to sell you something new next year. So they can't just give you 12-bit now and then do all this other stuff. Like they want to give you, okay, well, here's this. Here's that. Here's that. But they're not giving you this. Like, what the fuck? Like, can't we just get what we want, please? Thank goodness. Yes, exactly, Shane W. Somebody was asking about pricing. I did not see Vincent's video. No.
Oh, they're talking about the new LG pricing or what?
Yeah, the LG pricing. No shade to Vincent or anything. I work odd hours, so here we go.
I saw the video. It was talking about, you got it up?
Yeah, $2,200 for 55-inch, 77-inch at $3,200. That's not bad.
3,200 to 3,400 or so. Oh, that's okay. So he's got the G1. No, that's the C1. No, the G1.
Oh, it's the G1. Where's the C1 prices?
So wait, the G1 is going to be less than the current C10? That's
OLED panel. LG 77-inch TVs will be more approachable. It's got to be the C1.
That's the A1. No, that's the A1.
Oh, that's the A1. Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, I think I saw where he said that the C10 was going to be somewhere, or the C1 was going to be 3,400 there's 3,800.
3,800 for 77. So street
those were
price,
a little different. Yeah, those were
34.
a little bit less. I think he had a video where they were something a little different than this, but that was like a cheat sheet that he thought there was like some sort of leaked price that video.
Ah, gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, they were basically, the point is that these prices are basically what the C10 was at Christmas time, a 65-inch, 20, or a little bit. Well, I guess they're lower starting prices than the TVs were last year. So.
Right. I mean, look at this A1, 1,600 for a 55-inch TV. That's
60 hertz, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely.
Look, if you're trying to get into like this, you want to dip your toe into OLED. Like a lot. Like my main thing was like I liked the Vizio $1,300 55-inch OLED. I mean, I hate the fact that the fucking thing doesn't turn on when I want it to fucking turn on. But the thing is, like, just getting OLED down to that level to where more and more people can experience it in their home. I think that's the key, right? The more people because a lot of people are like so turned off by all the Facebook groups, all the forums. Oh, you got burn-in. Oh, it's not good for gaming. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Like, A lot of it is just, I think, people that yet or actually did have bad experiences with their OLEDs and they got burned in, and so they won't ever touch it. So they're kind of putting people off to it. My 2016 E6 no burn in, and I used that for about 3 years. Right now, it's just sitting in the guest room, just sitting there. Like I literally use it
TVs
just.
everywhere. I got 2 behind me right now. That's the point.
I
You got
know,
TVs
right?
everywhere, man.
I would have had. I have one behind me if I.
Oh, yeah, you got the double thing though too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I should have. Damn, I should have
Come on,
moved
man.
one in here. Anyway, there was so much going on.
I like your background. Your background looks cool, man. It's a cool background. It definitely looks cool. It's like levels of blue. It looks like all the different levels, and you got the mirror, so it's like.
And it's my favorite color. So. Oh, one of my lights is in the wrong place. I don't have my little blue lights. Hold on,
dude. You look the same. It looks fine. Oh, the little your fairy lights.
There we go. There we go. I was like, I gotta have the heart over here on the left, so I gotta balance it out with some bokeh lights on the right.
By the while you're talking about that, just with regards to the A1, I mean it is like it's a good entry price or whatever. But currently the C10 is cheaper than the A1, so you can get the C10 55-inch for $1,500. You can get a 65-inch for $2,000. I mean those are good prices. So for anyone sitting there waiting and wondering if they should get the C10 or not, get it. I mean, there's going to be newer software, a slightly better remote, better updates, newer software, whatnot. But but really, honestly, I could keep that LG C10, which is going to be my kid's 65-inch OLED soon. Isn't that going to be awesome? In the kid's bedroom, a 10-year-old is going to be playing Xbox and PS5 on a 65-inch OLED just because I have no more space.
Dude, that's hilarious. That's and totally over the top.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Well, of course, the plan though in the living room, which is also over the top. So that's it's going to be intense in itself.
He's going big, ladies and gentlemen, because
Danger's my middle name.
That's right. That's right.
I like it.
It's funny. People always ask me like, yo, your kid must like have a whole lot of fun. Truth be told, he's got every time I'm done with like a headphone review, he usually gets the headphones, except for these things are $1,600. And yeah,
nice.
Daddy's keeping these.
Dude, this one too. Here, look at that. $100.
$100.
I have my XM4 headphones I was going to pop on, but I don't like to have the double cups on. I just keep the one in. Yeah, so I can hear if people creeping up on me in the background here.
Yeah, no, totally. So there it is, people. If you were thinking about getting an A1, the C10 is cheaper for, and it has
120 hertz,
120
4K
hertz.
at 120, all the gaming features.
Yep.
And it was arguably one of the best top 2 TVs last year in the States. I know the Panasonic is, obviously a good TV.
Yeah.
We don't have the full access to Panasonics here. I'd love to get one in here. I'd love to get one of their OLEDs.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are asking me. They're asking me if I'm going to get the A90J. Oh, sorry, excuse me. And then most of you guys know, do you feel the A90J should still be professionally calibrated, or is it out of the box pretty close? I was actually surprised at the Sony A8H for being really close in the custom and the graphics mode. And game mode also was really good, SDR and HDR. I went ahead and calibrated it, and it kind of fine-tuned it. Here's the thing about calibration, and I know you can talk to this a little bit as well because you also get your TVs calibrated before you review them. Just think about it this way: when we're doing a white balance, right? We're going from 0 to 100 brightness, and it's putting up a white rectangle on the screen. And the colorimeter is measuring the amount of red, green, and blue in that slide of white. And you're trying to balance it so they're all at equal. They're all at 100. Hence the phrase white balance, right? So what's happening is think about it as a painter. When they pick up a blank canvas, it's white. It's pure white. And it's that way so that all the colors will look accurate and will look correct. So what you're doing when you're calibrating is you're getting that white to a point where once you get it, and it's like there's like a thing called a delta E, which is like a margin of error. You're looking for like a 3 or under, And if you can get it under 1, that is like a reference level, white balance, which then in turn gives you, like I've noticed, like the color charts, the little color plotter, it'd be all off, right? Before I start it. And then once I do the white balance, dude, the colors just get in line. Like I rarely have to adjust the color management system in a way to like unless it's really, really messed up where like, it's a little oversaturated, and you'll get that. But just think about it in that aspect. When a painter is picking up a blank canvas, it's a pure white, and all their colors from that starting point will all look like they should look. So that's why I like calibration. So my
C10 made leaps and bounds when it was calibrated. That was probably the TV that I noticed the best increase. To the A90J, it does come professionally calibrated from the manufacturer, but they said they can get a little more accurate with a little more custom tweaking. But the C10, I had a C10 before. I noticed it was a lot bluer. The whites weren't quite as white after the calibration. I mean, it amazing for football. I mean, we watch it for football, basketball, sports in a fairly bright room, and it looks pretty damn good for an OLED. It's quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's worth it. You can get it done relatively cheap with some of the big stores. Those I should not mention, but like Best Buy, those guys can do it if you're part of their Geek Squad.
Their little
$50.
I mean,
come on, man!
The Best Buy club.
Yeah, Best Buy.
Calibration will make your colors more accurate. Some people like that. Some people prefer more saturated. I also actually have my calibration settings for sale on my website. So if you guys want to know about that, I'll drop the link in the chat. I've got it up for the A8H and the Q90T. So I'm still trying to do it on the Hisense and the TCL. It just takes so much time.
It does. The Hisense and the Vizio our Vizio was not even after calibration was still not nearly as accurate as the Sony and LG.
You know what I noticed about the 4K 120 on the
Vizio?
On the Vizio, and then moving out to the living room?
Oh.
No, I mean the VRR doesn't work.
No.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is, because on my E9, the 4K 120 HDR and VRR work, and it just looks smoother. Like the 4K 120 looks smoother. The action when I'm running around Call of Duty maps, it looks smoother. So maybe it's the VRR that's doing it. And then because I was going to say it looks better on the C10 or my E9 as opposed to the as opposed to the Vizio. So maybe good point, man. I'm glad you brought that up. It might be just because the VRR is not working in the Vizio OLED. It's not a bad experience. It's just better on the LG. And then the LG turns on when I want it to turn on.
Yeah, the LG snaps on, man. Come on. I've noticed that for years when installing LG TVs, specifically their OLEDs. When you game systems, AVRs, they snap on, they connect right to ARC. The audio syncs immediately. They just they're really connective. They're just quick. And the technology in the LG TVs with regards to connecting to other devices has always been a step ahead, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And I think a lot of people have said it before with Vizio, you're getting a product that's kind of half baked, kind of like one foot ready for prime time, the other foot still got the PJs on, right?
Absolutely. Dude, James, my lights turned off in the background, man. It's not even shining. Look at that. Something happened. It's like it's stuck on light. It's stuck on like light pink or something. I could rotating before, but
whatever. If I can join you in like a different color.
No, you're good, man. I'm just kidding.
Here.
It's cool.
Tropical twilight. Oh, there we go. I love this Philips Hue, man. Like,
I know, right? That's the thing. I got a couple of them sitting right here, and I'm too lazy to put them together.
I got this light in the mirror was just actually to my right. That one, and then I got a couple of.
Is that
blooms.
lighting up most of the room? That one looks
no.
Like
I have. See this heart thing? There's a bloom, a hue.
See,
bloom
people.
There.
He works on this. You see, he's got the fairy lights. Come on, man. They look amazing.
Yeah,
and the little loves. I love the little quotation bubble. That thing's legit.
Yeah.
I got the subscribe sign. My wife got it for me for my birthday. It's pretty cute.
That's nice.
It's right here. Come on.
Definitely.
She's supportive, man.
That's awesome. James, to answer your question, we go in my calibration pack. It's actually the calibration setting. So you're changing the amount of red, the amount of green, the amount of blue for that picture setting or picture mode, and then we're changing the gamma and stuff like that. That's what it's about. So no, it's not just picture settings. It's actually calibration settings. So picture settings are more like brightness, contrast, and color saturation, but not actual the amount of red or green or blue. Go ahead, bud. Oh, sorry.
You got it.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, you know it. You know it, man. You're on the ball.
Hey, that's why I
I'm
was
in your
a judge.
world, man.
That's why I was a judge at the 4K TV shootout 2019.
Nice.
So,
I
and
have
that
an
picture
eye
is,
for it. Not very scientific, but I have an eye for some of this stuff.
and you know, a lot of it has to deal with the fact that, like, dude, I've lived with a whole bunch of HD sets since I was like a teenager, right? Mitsubishi 1080i, you know, rear projection TV, the big ass
got
box.
the Hitachi. I had the
Right?
Hitachi.
The Hitachi, dude. We had the Fujitsu,
I worked at Circuit City, man.
Fujitsu Plasma from 2002. That thing was $12,000. HD 720p. 720p. My mom's is like, I want a plasma TV. So and so said they had a plasma TV. I want a plasma TV. So we went to Good Guys, and I'm like, you realize it's like a lot of money. She's like, okay, it was like 15 grand. We talked them down to like 12. I'm sure I'm sure we could have talked them down to 10 if, you know. But anyway,
5 figures for a TV, man.
I know. And look,
figures.
here's the thing. I don't know if we were just lucky or just dumb luck. They said it was going to last 8 years and it was prone to burn-in. Dude, she watches news all the time. That thing's still going. She bought that in 2002. It's still going almost, 20 years later. And no burn-in. Like what? I don't know. Anyway, had a Mitsubishi DLP, Sony XDR. Like, I've lived with, like, for years, like multiple different, HD sets since the mid 90s. It's just like my background in home audio and home theater. Like, man, my dad had a Bang & Olufsen sound system, and I was listening to that when I was 6, 7, 8. I would play and a Nakamichi tape deck. I'd play Metallica, Janet Jackson,
Nice.
I got all kinds of crazy shit on his system. And it wasn't until, like, I went to, I was a teenager and I went to like my friends' houses and we were listening to music on their, like, family room system, and I was like, oh, why does this not sound as good? And that's when I was like, the equipment.
You're spoiled, man.
The equipment actually matters. Like, I was like a Nakamichi. Yeah, Nakamichi, super old. The Dragon tape deck. Go Google Nakamichi Dragon tape deck. That's what my dad had. And his Bang & Olufsen system was from the 70s, and this was in the 80s when I was growing up. And that shit looked brand new. Like, even like in the 90s, you would be like, whoa, that looks cool. Like, it had all kinds of switches and little sliders and all kinds of stuff on the amp. Anyway, so
The
yeah,
white balance is still all jacked up, dude.
speaking of white balance,
Right here, this is not calibrated. There you go. Now it's calibrated. See, you don't want your TV. This is a Vizio, and this is an LG. This is a Hisense. This is a Hisense right here. It's $600, and then you get, your Sony for $1,000.
There it is. See, the color is like right on point. Look at that.
I still don't think it's set properly, but I'm done messing with it.
Yeah. Perry, will the A80J be an impressive display if it even makes it from Japan? For the most part, they're going to be pretty good. Unless you're,
I think it's going to probably be pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, unless you're literally putting them side by side, like Brandon has, or top and bottom.
See, Samsung's not working anymore, man. Crapped out on me. Sorry to distract.
What happened?
Not working. I don't know. This.
Oh, there.
Can I take a minute? Can I take a minute to just, maybe someone will hear it. I've been using the Spectrum app for 3-4 years. After, I go to people's houses, help them ditch cable or minimize down to just an app or, YouTube TV or something that's cheaper. And I've had Spectrum. I had a good deal. That app is the worst app in the history of apps for large companies. I mean, it's terrible. It's the same app. It doesn't work the same across platforms. if you're using the Spectrum app on your phone, it's completely different than if you're using it on a Samsung TV, which is behind me. Samsung TV doesn't have, you can't DVR on the Samsung, but you can DVR on your phone. You can DVR on, Apple TV, which I have 2 Apple TVs, but the Apple TV doesn't fast forward properly. It screws up all the time. And then you end up starting from the beginning and having to like fast forward through it again. I'm not kidding. It's crazy. How can it be a multi-billion-dollar company and not just make a simple app to work? I'm not kidding. It's terrible. And I just wish that Spectrum could get it together because they have a deal with Samsung. How hard is it? They've been waiting for years. It's been at least 3 years, and they don't simply have the DVR function on the app yet after years. What's the deal?
It's one of those things and that's the same thing with apps on multiple platforms. Like the Vudu app on the LG TV is different and functions differently than on the Sony TV, than on the Roku Ultra. And the Apple TV, I remember I was pissed off because we always used to just go to the Vudu app and go to see what's new, just to watch trailers and be like, oh, let's rent this for $5. It'll be 4K, HDR, Atmos. Yes, it's all compressed. Yes, we know that. But it's convenience, right? Right? I'll pay $6 and we'll rent it and watch it. But on the Vudu app, specifically on the Apple TV, it didn't have that section. So we literally have to search for it. So it was just a pain in the ass. It's like they made the app for 12 platforms, and the last one was the Apple TV, and they're like, let's just fucking slap this shit together and release it. Yeah. It's pretty
crazy. And now Spectrum took their app. They couldn't make a deal with Roku. Somehow they couldn't make it. That's one of the first platforms they had the Spectrum app on was Roku TVs and Roku devices. I have probably 1,000 customers. I don't know, 500 to 1,000 customers that I sold them on the Spectrum app because they lived in a Spectrum area on a Roku. So I'm surprised I'm not getting more phone calls, to be honest, because I think it's going to continue to work on devices that it already worked on, but they're no longer going to have it in the store to download that app on Rokus any longer.
Yep.
I don't know what's up with this TV. It's not working. That's all right.
Oh, there you go. I see something.
Yeah, that's Netflix, but Spectrum won't turn back on. So it proves my point. Spectrum, I see. No bueno.
L'Autre? I don't know. Is this a French name? Something tube. I actually had the you have the Pioneer Elite Kuro, right? One of the best flat panel displays ever made. I had the Panasonic, which was the Kuro killer. I don't even know if that's true, but that's what they called it. I had that for a few years before I went OLED, and not looking back, but that thing was fucking heavy as shit, dude.
Those TVs were so heavy.
So heavy.
The Pioneer 65-inch too wouldn't fit on a normal mount either. So you had to buy mounts used to be gigantic. I mean, that's because the TVs used to weigh 200 pounds.
Right.
Now, even a 77-inch TV weighs like 75 pounds now. So, and they all have standard VESA patterns. I mean, they used to have an 800 millimeter VESA pattern, 800 millimeters
That sounds
wide.
very large.
For a 65-inch Pioneer Elite 65s. Yeah. They're normally 600 at max for the biggest TVs.
Right. I see mostly 300 by 400 or 300 by 300. Yeah.
Even 400, Samsung still does 400 by 400 and 200 by 200. But yeah, the 300 is starting to become a little more common for LG and Sony.
Yeah. Jared asked a great question. Hope you guys are doing well. Are we ever going to get an update on the LG C9 for FreeSync, or do we just live with the open source VRR? Best TVs of 2021 are 2019 TVs. LOL.
People like the C9, but it sounds like there's one problem.
Well, see, here's the thing, and I have the E9, so I have the same problem. So we got 4 HDMI 2.1 ports at full bandwidth, so that's a plus.
Right.
We got it before every other TV manufacturer put it in their 4K TVs. So that was the second thing. And so here's where I have an issue with LG. And a lot of people are like, oh, you're just a Samsung hater because you only hate on Samsung. No, I hate on shit when it's fucked up. And this is fucked up. So they add FreeSync Premium, which is like, I know Vincent Teo said, okay, FreeSync Premium and VRR, it's like generic acetaminophen and Tylenol, right? You're still getting VRR. It's just not the fancy version of it. So they added FreeSync Premium to the C10 but took away DTSX decoding or DTS decoding, whereas the 2019s we have standard VRR, G-Sync compatibility, and DTS compatibility or decoding. So it's like, why did you do that, LG? And it's because, like I said earlier, they want to sell you something next year.
No 12-bit.
No fucking 12-bit.
Back to your initial argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's how do you feel about that DTSX? How do you feel about, kind of like the assumption that things will all be streaming and therefore Atmos will be king, and kind of like the thought process, and same with the Sonos products, kind of the same thing.
So here's the thing. Hold the phone. Okay, I want to transport you to a magical world where shit just doesn't work. Oh, wait. That's here. That's right now, right? So all the 2020 AV receivers that have 8K and 4K 120 support don't actually support the Xbox Series X, right? You can't send 4K 120 Hz HDR through an AV receiver with the Xbox Series X. You can with the PS5, but not the Series X. So now here's the thing, Brandon. I've got to plug in my Xbox Series X to the TV, and I have to eARC the audio to the receiver, right? You know that whole workaround thing. So now, what has Xbox done? Xbox now decodes DTSX. So if you want a DTSX signal from your Series X to your AV receiver, it has to go through the TV. So this is where eARC comes into play, and this is also where okay, so now they've taken that away from the C10. So now we're in this okay, they take a little bit, they give a little bit. It's almost like we take, what is it, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, right.
I think it's 2 and 1, but yeah, you're good.
2, okay, yeah, something like that. Where it's like slowly, can we get? Is and then
such is life in America and in the world, right?
Right, and then 12-bit is fucking 20 steps in front, so it'll be 10 years before we
might get to micro LED before that.
Yeah, I mean, I know Samsung said they have a pseudo 12-bit that the the TV processing is kind of doing, which I'm curious to see, but that's only on their higher end models, which are $5,000. I'm not gonna spend $5,000 on TV.
FOMO's just crushing the comments. I love it. He's just killing it for us.
Yeah.
He's just boom. He's we should have just had him on the
show. Yeah, I totally forgot. Sorry,
but
Q.
he's just crushing it. I'm just like I can't even type fast. I'm not even getting it. I'm just gonna let him do it. He knows more than me anyway, so he just let him do his thing.
It's the gloves. Hold on.
What's he doing back there, people? He's getting. Uh-oh. I like it.
Thanks, Q. This
nice.
is for you, buddy. I can't find the second one.
I was trying to find some gloves. I was trying to find some nitrile gloves so I could douse my lawn with chemicals, but I ended up just getting it on my fingers anyways. It's just call the poison center. You'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be straight. You'll be straight.
Nothing fell off, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
It was a few days ago.
I found the bag.
Nice.
I found the bag. It's because it came with 12 pairs of white gloves. Because did you see my new video? I was throwing speakers up in the air.
That was awesome.
So I
love that. I saw the Instagram post. That's why I saw it, because you thumbnailed it, or you put it on. You gave a little teaser on Instagram, and I was like, "Damn, that looks pretty cool." I knew immediately what you were doing because I watched the same Dan Schiffer video, man. Those are a little heavier than the peppers, but
right. I have the black background thing right here on the roller, so I was just like, hey, let's try this. Let's do something different because, hey, I got the equipment, I got the space, I got the time. And then I ordered some white gloves. So FOMO, hey, I kind of like it, man.
I'm going to toss my A90J up in the air and do that.
That would be so awesome and so fucked up.
Yeah,
you'll drop that shit.
You got to lose subscribers for doing that.
I know, right? You know what I did for the tower speaker, because it was so hard to get it up. I was just kind of underneath it and was just lifted it up and then just kind of like a motion like it was. So maybe I can do that, just kind of lay down on the ground and just be and you'll see just the top part of the TV come up and level out a little bit. That's a good idea.
That's pretty cool. It was cool, man. I liked it. Good work.
So
creativity, man.
Are you suffering from fear of missing out on new TVs?
You don't have this. You don't
Stop
have.
it. I don't.
Man,
I
he's
do it-
always got a positive attitude. Even when he's
Yeah.
trying to crush people's soul with like the VRR updates, he still sounds awesome. He still sounds like it's going to be a good video.
Oh, not defensible, but Sony doesn't care about gaming. Yep.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, they have a VRR update. It's been a year. I mean, they got smart people there. They could figure it out. Come on.
I mean, it's kind of like the same thing with Samsung. It's like, give us more than one HDMI 2.1 port, and obviously they don't care.
I don't, I want to bag on the companies. I like Samsung TVs. I have Samsung phone. I had a Samsung KS8000 since 2016. It's been a great TV. It's relegated to the backyard for, the kid movie watching at night or whatever. But they have absolutely cheapened their TVs over the years. I mean, they've taken technology out of the TVs. They've gotten, in my opinion, they've taken, like you've been speaking about, they've taken some things away. It's just like it doesn't seem like they're putting their all into it. And I don't know, the dirty screen it's not acceptable for thousands of dollars. It doesn't make sense to me. Like they're not focusing on the right things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Every Samsung TV I see it's just incredibly dirty screen, and I know I'm pretty picky about that, but still.
Yeah. Like it's just one of those things. Like somebody explained it to me really perfectly. Samsung has their roadmap and they're going to continue on that. Consumers be damned, right?
Yep.
Fuck you guys, whatever. We're going to do whatever the fuck it is we want. And you guys are just you're still going to buy that shit.
I mean, like what are people going to do if the Apple iPhone is not as good? They're still going to buy the Apple iPhone,
You know what's funny? They went with a chunkier one. I actually like it. I'm like, this reminds me of my old phone. Was that what they were going for?
Dude, there's a new update on the Samsung Note 20, and it's my Gmail wouldn't even open. So I mean, there's always technological problems.
Yep.
I mean, these phones are pretty legit though. I watch TV and YouTube simultaneously. You can, got things going, just all kinds of things going. These phones, I mean, they're $1,500 phones, but they do a lot of work, man. That's my business. That's my business right there, dude, on that phone. So they're pretty legit. A lot of people are like, who even needs a TV any longer? It's like, well, I hope people need the TV. I'm not turning to talk about phones, so they better want TVs.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like talking about cell phones. I tried to do cell phones at the beginning when I started my channel. I got through like 2 of them. I had the Note 7, the one that would like blow up and shit.
Oh,
and I was just like,
yeah,
I totally gave it back to the cell phone. But I'm like, hey, get this thing out of my house.
Yeah.
So like, and what was messed up was I actually made a video about it. That video never saw the light of day. Because all that stuff was happening. I'm like, wow. Yeah, I love that FOMO's in here, just hammering away at the comments, man. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate you for sure. Maurice Cooper, what is up, dude? You know what? He was around. So Maurice helped me host karaoke, and he was there from the beginning when I was like, dude, I started a YouTube channel. And, this is back in 2016. And he's like, oh, dude, you'll be really good at that. And yeah, Maurice, man, we're almost at 100K now, buddy.
Yeah, man. I was just going to say, you got to get to it, man. We're going to get, I'm going to keep putting some stuff up in my videos for you, man.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
I expect a return on that. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, you're here.
I got, I have to admit, the daily Hi-Fi podcast, man, I got a couch out of it. It's going to be in some videos here. So.
Oh, was it a Valencia?
Yeah, the people there are nice. I got to reach out to Valencia, but yeah, I'm gonna put that in the 83-inch A90J video. So,
oh, nice.
It's gonna be pretty sweet. What did FOMO? I can't even see. Let me see.
Oh no, he's just saying that
excellent value. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a great TV and it's super cheap comparatively to where it was last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Where was this? I think Len, I have not gotten my no, I haven't gotten the Anthem MRX 1140. That's just not, I don't know, man. I'm not holding my breath for that. Good morning from Japan. What's up, Super Collector Clark?
Thoughts on LG QNED Mini LED 99 Series 2021? I'm not going to be holding my breath for that either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like compared to, I mean,
unless you
Danger's my middle name.
unless you like to live dangerously and just want to buy it just to check it out. But
I'm interested in the TCL though. The TCL 6 Series, 8K,
there's
4K. We'll see.
if you are going in the budget range, or you want to go with one of those, big and tall TVs like the XL range of TCL, go in with the expectation that you're not going to get, like, you're going to get some good features, but you're not going to get like the best picture quality. I think if you manage your expectations, you're going to do well.
The price is right.
Yeah. LG's LED TVs have kind of taken a backseat to their OLEDs, and I've seen this trend since about 2018.
Can't disagree with you, man.
So, I bought
Go make dinner. Gotta go make dinner.
Hey,
take care, FOMO.
I'm having pork chops and cauliflower.
I got the Costco peanut butter pretzels and a Red Bull, so I'm good. It's only 5 o'clock here. So it's like 6 o'clock now.
Yeah, it's almost. Oh, is
we're
it
West
oh,
Coast?
Shoot.
West
We're
Coast. Are we over?
Yeah, we're a little bit over. Thanks for stopping in, FOMO. Totally appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Keep up the good work. And where was this? I thought I saw something I wanted to. Damn it. Trying to find.
I didn't throw you off topic, did I?
No. Thank you for the super chat too, FOMO. That's where that came through. Okay, so in 2019, I bought 4 TVs from Robert at Value Electronics. I bought the E9 OLED, which he calibrated. I had them do their calibration service, and he was like, "That is an unnaturally bright OLED." And I measured it at 850 nits.
Which one was it?
This is the 2019 E9 OLED.
Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't catch the first part.
850 nits in the cinema mode, in the calibrated mode, which is crazy.
Right.
Yeah, so that's also for me. I don't want to sell it. Like I'm going to get something that's got less nits in those modes. Anyway, I also got the Sony 950G 55-inch. I got the Samsung Q70R, and I've got the LG 90 SM90. That ended up being their Nano 90 the following year. And if you look on my channel for that TV, you won't find a video. And that's because that thing sucked. So, like,
it wasn't just it sucked.
It sucked. Like, it was just.
Tell them where you use it now. Tell them where you use it now.
I use it for my DJ gigs when I DJ weddings. Oh, I'll show you a picture of it. I can get.
It's his monitor that he doesn't care if someone throws a beer at it.
Exactly. Or kids come up and touch it because, like, little kids are like touching that shit, and it's just like, yeah, I don't care. I still had to pay for it.
I hope someone does knock it over.
Yeah, right. Here we go. Here, I'll show you a picture. Here is, and I don't think you guys have ever seen this, so this is kind of cool. I never showed you guys.
I haven't seen the picture of it, but I've heard the story a couple times.
Yeah, no, totally. Come on, show on stream. Here it is. So here's that TV.
Oh, that's pretty sweet, dude.
And this is my setup for
someone totally gonna kick that.
Oh, dude, the kids come up because the background's moving right here.
Yeah.
Let me go to the video one. You see that one? Did it change?
It changed to like a black screen.
Black screen. So here's the.
Oh, there you go.
So that's what it looks like. Kids all come. So when it's dancing time, I put the disco ball behind it.
Legit.
And that's all running from my laptop, right, into that LG. And the little kids just come up and touch it. I'm like, okay, all good. I don't really care.
Dude, you got to set that up. Is it hung on a mount there? And oh, geez, when I back out of there, I'm like staring.
Yeah, it's on that facade.
It's mounted, and then do you take it off and throw that separate, or does it all fit in one piece into your back of your car or whatever?
Oh, I mean, I have a case for the TV. That thing
right.
is
That's what I
thick,
figured.
And then the facade has a case as well.
Cool.
So
that's what I figured. It looks cool, man. It's a pretty good setup, dude.
Yeah, that's why I charge $3,500 a day, and that's why people are always asking. Even Vincent T.O. It's like, did you buy all those 4K Blu-ray players that you have on your channel? I'm like, yeah. It's like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a DJ. I DJ weddings. Yeah. I charge a lot.
Got to put something into it. Put it back in it for the people, for the kids.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much done buying TVs unless it's something that I have to buy, right? Like the TCL They wouldn't send me one. It was taking forever. I get my TVs from B&H Photo. It's if you guys didn't know. So if you're asking me when I'm getting the new TVs in, whenever B&H gets them in stock, they send them over.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting.
It's, they're saying now, if you look at their A90Js, it says July 1st again. So it said July, then it said May. Now it's back to July again. So, I don't think they get the stuff the earliest. We can just assume that's the case.
For sure.
Obviously.
For sure they don't.
And I don't think they really care. I mean, they're doing their thing. I love B&H for video, for, products, camera products, things. I bought all my gear there. But, you got to get what you got to get. I'm on the other end where I'm newer to doing videos. I was a contractor and I kind of transitioned into doing YouTube now. And so I am buying more TVs where you're more established and you got a little better plan. So, so you can just send all the TVs to me, man. It's cool. I'll take them.
I got to send them back after a month, which is good and bad because sometimes they'll have updates, and especially now, they all need an update to work properly. It was fucking ridiculous. Wade Barnes, I think it's a Gator case, and it'll fit a 60-inch screen, and it's quite big. Good amount of padding. I stuff it into my SUV, and it's all good. It's all good. No worries. It works. I think it was about $250. So.
Yeah, you got to keep care of that stuff, man.
Yeah, and it's just sitting in a storage unit with all my other DJ gear. So that's where the SM90 is. The LG SM90 is now just relegated to that. Somebody asked me to turn my head because they wanted to see the headphones.
No, they're dope.
There you go. They're the Denon. I don't know where the focus point is here. I can't tell.
You can see it. You can see it.
I have a video up on my channel about it. They're expensive, $1,600. I did not pay for them. Denon sent them to me, and I'm just using them.
Must be nice, dude.
Fantastic.
Nice. Just wait, and you're gonna be in 100K in a minute, and then you're gonna get people are gonna just be sending you stuff.
There are all kinds of stuff. I'll be like, my favorite popcorn is from Popcornopolis. I'll get a full year's supply of popcorn.
Here's the big thing. Are you going to get the LG or the Samsung fridge with the giant 21-inch screen on it? Which one are you going to get?
I don't know. Our fridge is actually on.
Who's going to call you first? I have LG or Samsung?
Fridge.
Come on, man.
We have an LG fridge, and it's on the fritz.
There you go. LG, hit them up. Come on.
Yeah. What is this? Be the installer. I watched your. I'm trying to put this up.
Yeah, between the two of us, DJ equipment, then you can install the TV like I do. There you go. So
I watched your channel before. I put my TV on the wall, and it's the one that Techno Dad has DJ equipment. And I like.
Oh no! Nice. So we're talking smack on his TV, and you watch my. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, we have to say though that the reason I think FOMO put me onto this, but there are better options in some instances for the lower price TVs. Now, some of the Nano TVs were 4K 120, which, the TCL wasn't, Hisense wasn't, Vizio, spotty. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, you can get a better LED if you like the brand though. A lot of people like LG LEDs, cheap TVs, Costco, they buy them. Mm-hmm. So you got to get what's in your budget, but a lot of people on here ask about the nicer TVs. So we just got to give you what you want. Talk about the nice ones too.
Hey, what's up, Adir? What's going on? After doing this YouTube channel for a while, I've kind of got an idea here. More so a guideline than an idea. Excuse me.
What are you, Robert De Niro, eating your food while you're talking?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, my wife will get mad if I come upstairs and there's still food on the plate. So
yeah,
I mean, we're gonna wind down a little bit here. If you want a TV from the big three, Samsung, LG, Sony, I think minimum for a 55-inch, you got to get over that $1,000 hump. Right? Anything underneath the $1,000 hump, you're it's like really draining. The features aren't so good. The panel's not that great. Like you really have to get to over. It's almost like the $1,200 to $1,300, $1,400 range where you have to go to get a good solid TV from LG, Sony, or Samsung. So if your budget is under $1,000 or even $800 and under, Hisense, TCL, even though they have shitty
Well,
shitty problems. Vizio,
those companies are trying, but those companies are making those TVs at that price range to compete, and it's the reverse with the big three. The big three are sucking features out to make the TV cheap enough to sell at that point and make it worth their time. So they're using spare parts.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, as much as I get annoyed with the Vizio not turning on, on those times, it's still got a pretty decent picture quality, especially if you got the 55-inch OLED for under $1,000. Like that's a huge deal for me.
Vizio, yeah. I mean, that's why that was such a good deal. $899.
Yeah, and then you just have to accept, again, here we are again talking about managing expectations, right? You got to manage your expectations. A lot of the time in this world, in this life, you get what you pay for. You pay more, you're going to get more. Now, there is, a point of diminishing returns, right? Let's talk about speakers. Is there a big difference between a $500 pair of speakers and a $1,200 pair of speakers? Yes. Is there a big difference between a $1,200 pair and a $3,000 pair? Yes, but not as much. Is there a difference between a $3,000 pair of speakers and a $15,000 pair of speakers? Probably very minute. So there is a point of diminishing returns. You do get more, but it's up to you on that scale of how much more do you need at what price point you're going to, your pay. So
that's similar to that. That's like the quintessential question right now with like the C10 versus an A90J. Are you going to pay $5,000 or $2,200 for a 65-inch TV, or $4,000, $2,200? I mean, you're talking about 20% brighter, 30% brighter TV, and you're going to pay twice as much. So it's not 2 times as good as a C10. There's no question. It's not twice as good as an LG C10, but there's a lot of people that want the top TV, and they're going to pay it for you. And you are going to pay out the butt for it, because it's not going to come down in price for a while, man. That thing's going to be expensive. I don't think the stock's going to keep up with the demand on that TV. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Chris has a great question here. 2020 Sony X950H 85-inch, better TV at that price range. I don't even know what the price range.
I would say it's tough. I mean, at the really large sizes, the 85-inch X950H and the X900H are really good prices for that size TV. There's really nothing that you're going to get.
Looks like $3,800. Yeah,
you're going to have to go, if you go like 85-inch, like Q90 or something. They're significantly more, and then then it's really like the dirty screen starts to really show. I thought that the X950H was a lot cleaner. It's not quite as bright, but that's a really good TV. 4K 60, but I mean it's a really good TV. I think. Yeah. Is it Robert Zahn over there at Value Electronics? Yeah. I think he said that was his favorite LED TV of 2020.
Well, I mean, that's Sony's flagship LED.
Right. Definitely. And it's good.
I still have it, the 950G the year before. And it was a great TV. It was a great TV. I had it in the bedroom. Of course, the Vizio OLED's in there now. I know a lot of you are what is it? Somebody said here, don't let the hi-fi guys, the high-end audio guys hear you say that. Look, man, I'm totally into that, but I'm not into spending a shit ton of money. Like, I just unboxed and I was shooting the video for it. I got, right before this stream, for a $5,000 integrated amplifier from Michi. Good God, that thing's like 70 pounds. It's gorgeous. I'm gonna put some pictures of the back panel up on my IG. It's one sexy beast, and it's powerful. Powerful. Would I pay $5,000 for that? No, I wouldn't. There's a pair of Focal speakers that I've been wanting for a long time. It's $6,000 for the pair. Would I spend $6,000 on that? No, but since I'm a dealer now with Dream Media, I can get that for half price. Am I going to spend $3,000 on it? Yes. Hands down, without a doubt, because those speakers are awesome. I've heard them before, and I can't wait to have them in the house. Which brings me to the next thing. I know you guys have been asking, which TV would I buy? If I had the money, which TV would I buy in 2021? Actually, let's ask you first, Brandon. You're the guest.
I've I appreciate that. I really was. I'm excited to check out the G1 because I want, I would have gotten a G10, and I knew the G1 was going to be, brighter. I didn't know if it would be brighter or not, brighter or less bright than the A90J, and it looks like it's going to be a little less bright, not quite as bright. But I like the style. I like that it's just, it's like I think it's just about an inch or just under an inch thick, and you can push it flat against the wall. And I'm really excited to kind of recess a little power outlet and HDMI connected behind it so that I can just push it flat against the wall. I do like that look. Yeah, I like the look. I like the Samsung frame, but the Samsung frame's not quite as good, obviously. But I'm interested in that. But the A90J is set a pretty high bar, man. And I have that 65 for the bedroom. I'm getting a replacement because it had, the uniformity issues. But it's a pretty badass TV. So it's got to be one of these top OLEDs for me. So that, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Somebody said, Michael said B&H has the A90J in stock. I'm looking at it. It still says add to wish list pre-order.
Yeah. It says July 1st. July 1st or something, or
July 1st. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, if I had to buy something and I was going to spend my hard-earned money, I mean, like I just said, like I don't pay for the TVs that are coming in here unless it's like one of the budget ones where Hisense sent me one, Vizio sent me theirs. Yes, James. I have partnered with Dream Media, so I help them do some sales now and again because I'm trying to get rid of my overnight job because just doing YouTube doesn't pay the bills. And with all the weddings being canceled or postponed last year.
That's the big thing, dude. Like, I don't know if people know that about you, man. Like you got hit hard with the pandemic, man. People in the entertainment and,
any kind of gatherings.
Industry you call it? What do you call it?
It's the wedding industry. It's the wedding industry.
But it's
kind of the service industry.
Kind of like the service. Yeah. It got hit hard, man. I know a lot of people, videographers and, wedding photographers. And like you said, DJ, I mean, that's a huge hit, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were telling me about that earlier.
You think about it, I'm charging $3,000 a day. That's a lot of money. And just imagine it's not coming in and I'm expecting it to come in and it's not. So, that's like a huge hit. So, if I'm going to spend my hard-earned money on a TV, honestly, I would wait to buy a 55-inch Panasonic GZ2000 from Robert whenever he gets that in. I think even though the A90J, I'm sure I'll get one in whenever, July, August, whatever, whenever B&H has it. I want to go with the Panasonic because I want to have like a, reference level, something that I can keep for a while. I wouldn't go 65-inch because A, it's too expensive, and B, I'm not going to let go of my 850 nit monster OLED in the living room.
What size is that one?
65. Like, I really want a 77 there. I want a 77 there.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I'm in the same boat, dude. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I could put that 65 in my bedroom.
And then you can light up the bedroom.
Oh my gosh. Like, it'd be like, I'm playing a game like this, like 7 feet back. Like, I want
to answer this question for Olympus here in a second when you get a chance.
Oh,
if not Olympus E there, asked me about the largest home that I've installed a TV for. I got a couple of funny stories. I think I told one of the stories. I won't tell that again. That one that we talked about where I had a 24-hour day. But no, I live in San Diego and there's a couple houses down here. I've installed in Poway a house that was about 10,000 square feet. And I mean, I had to put like 5 different APs in the house because it was so large. I mean, like a monster mesh Wi-Fi system because I was walking from one end to the other and it made a left and then there was like another hallway down. But I mean, it is a massive house. And I've done another one that was another house besides that one where I put some TVs and, there wasn't anything home theater like that. I also did another one for a guy that owns a business in San Diego, a big marketing firm that I had to be close to the same thing, 8 to 10,000 square foot house at the beach. And that had a dedicated home theater and it was a legit house. I had some pictures on my Instagram of some of that stuff. That was like last year though. But yeah, I've been in some large houses. I do get an opportunity to see some pretty sweet things. So that's just kind of funny. Not a great, super exciting story, but I've definitely been in some houses.
Yeah,
And,
no, you definitely have. Yeah, that's the cool part.
I helped one of the owners of a really big company too. So I've met some big time CEOs and some celebrity stuff.
Mhm.
We installed Jared Dudley's TV in Del Mar. He still plays
Who's
for
that?
the Lakers. Jared Dudley
okay.
plays for the Lakers with
Plays for
LeBron.
the Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right on.
And other athletes too. Tony Gwynn, other people like that. So
That's awesome, man. That's dropping names.
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's been a while. But.
Ernst, people have been asking me. I've been asking Anthem, and you know what? I spent Monday morning last week calling all these dealers of Anthem MRX AVRs or AVMs or whatever, and only one of them. There was one person that actually one company actually had it in stock, and I'm like, yeah, would you like to work out a trade so I can borrow one of these for a month so I can make some videos and promote your store, whatever. Like, no. Like, okay. All right. I got almost 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, no, we're not interested in that. Okay.
You're crazy.
Cool. Bye. Click. So, Anthem, I'm getting crickets. I'm getting crickets from them.
Was that crickets? Is that crickets or is that like are you like spinning a rusty screw, like device around
Rusty
it?
screwdriver.
It's like
It says crickets on here. I got crickets. I got scary.
Those are some weird crickets. Oh,
Rim
that's
shot.
I'm definitely scared, man.
Applause. Trombone.
I like that.
And then what's it? Oh, laughter. Yeah. And then
Danger's my middle
this is
name.
the only one I
like
put
that
on
one.
there, by myself. I got that from
We
YouTube
talked-
or something.
Crypto color highlights. We talked about that. The DSE. Yeah, it's unacceptable that these big expensive TVs have so much DSE. It is. It's pretty messed up. We kind of hit on that before.
Oh, that's what it. Oh, nice. Good timing. Good timing.
Jared Dudley. Dude, Jared Dudley, man. Like the guy's won championships, man. He's an above average basketball player who's making millions playing with LeBron. I mean, how can you be hating on that? It's awesome. It's a good guy.
Yeah, man. I'm getting a little tired of the basketball. I talked about it in my other video, and I was just like, oh,
Dude, I'm a big sports guy, so I can talk sports all day, man.
Yeah.
If you ever
yeah,
need a
let's
sports talk, it's all good.
Let's not. All right. So let's. I know somebody's mentioned the Rui Pro. I recommended them to get the Rui Pro fiber HDMI, the new HDMI 2.1 cable. Expensive, but it works. So yeah.
I got one from Vivify sitting here. I gotta
Vivify.
check it out. Yeah, Vivify. I don't know. They sent me it. They sent me a really coul USB-C cord that's got LEDs in it too. So I got LED, but they don't have an HDMI 2.1 with LEDs. So I want a 2.1 with the LEDs, so then I can.
So you can have
anyways?
RGB lights
Right?
all over the place.
So that you can have RGB cords, then that look even more distracting. No, it's just funny,
Awesome, Len. That's going to be great. I hope you get that Anthem. I wanted to get the 15 channel one for here because I'm getting close to setting up my 9.1.6 in this room. But if Dream Media can send me the what is it called? The Maestro X9, then I'll just take that. Crypto says, am a gamer. Should I just get a projector? And if so, which one should I get? So, with games, you won't get any 4K 120 with gaming. And you gotta understand that, you can get some mad latency, input lag, because, you're depending on where your, AV receiver is or where you if you're plugging it, plugging it in directly. You all right over there? That sounded like a spill.
My cup stuck to the coaster. My buddy made these coasters. I think you've seen them. It says 2020 has been a very rough year on us all, and it says sincerely J-Lo. It's a picture of Danny Trejo. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, right. I remember.
Yeah, Oliverstuff.com. He's a pretty funny guy. That's the guy I gave away the OLED to in my video. My buddy Dave.
Okay, here's a question for you, and we'll probably go. Where is it? Where did it go? To the installer.
To the installer.
Can you install a wall mount without the wood studs in a drywall? Because I live in an apartment Any special bolts?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, if you live in an apartment without wood studs, there's metal studs. Then you can use toggle bolts that go toggle bolts. You drill a 1/2 inch hole, it'll go through the metal stud and through the drywall, and it turns and connects to the back of that. And then, you put the actual like 3/16 or 1/4 inch, screw into it. You can mount a flat mount or just a flat with a tilt down mount just on drywall alone in like 4 or 6 spots. And you can just use the same kind of toggle bolts. Those at Home Depot, you can buy them. Toggler brand, I can't remember the name, Zip Togglers or something. They have Hilti brand ones, same thing. But those are a lifesaver. I use them for all kinds of mounts. You can even use an arm mount if you have them on like 2 metal studs or 1 metal stud in the middle. Very strong. They can hold hundreds of pounds. So yeah, you can definitely do it. It just, make sure. I have a couple of Samsung frame videos where I use toggle bolts. I just did the new dual 77-inch A9G video. I did that video where I did 2 A9Gs in an office, and all I use is toggle bolts on metal stud and drywall. And those are arm mounts too. Those really super flush Sony arm mounts that come off the wall about a foot or 16 inches or so. So I did 2 installs. Check those installs out. You can see how to do it.
Yeah, here, let me toss your channel link in the chat here, because I don't think I have that in the description. My bad.
It's all good, man. People are smart on YouTube. They'll find me.
I know, right?
If they want to,
All right. Check out Brandon.
Oh man. Oh, there's one of our buddies. Get rid of that.
Exactly.
He's an idiot. That PS5 rules, moron.
Jesus says best TV for movies. I'm gonna say OLED. That's just me. But again, it depends. My main things on when you're buying a TV: what's your budget? What's the room environment, and what is the content you're watching? So you got the one part
Absolutely.
right, content, right? And then so now, where's this TV going? Is it like, am I a dumbass for putting a fucking OLED in a room where there's 7 ginormous windows? So 3 in the afternoon, bright as fuck. And then my wife and kid always want to watch like the darkest show on Netflix. Like I don't understand like the timing of that. Can you get this brighter? So we go to Vivid. Can it get any brighter? I'm like, no, sorry. So I guess for them it sucks. For me, I don't watch TV during the day. Usually, I got so much shit to do. But yeah. Let's see. Let's just
bounce that PS5 rules guy out of here.
Yeah,
guy's an asshole.
There we go. He's gone.
Bye, buddy.
He's gone. All right. Last one. Installer. Do you see a lot of plasma owners?
Man, hopefully not, dude. When I go and have to remove the plasma TVs, dude, that's ridiculous. But I tell you what, most of the time I see plasma TVs now, people think that they're brighter than they really are. Like they're not as good, and people love them. They were great TVs for the times. But when you compare that to a TV now, TVs now look so much better. It doesn't take a whole lot to look better than some of those TVs.
Right.
But yes, I do. And every time I go, they have like, burn in, or they're jacked up in some way. So people hang on to these TVs at this point, and they keep those TVs basically because they don't want to buy a new one. Like you were talking about earlier about, the Hitachis and all those TVs like that, the
Mitsubishis, the Fujitsus
Absolutely.
and all that. Yeah.
So there's still some
Toshiba. Like I remember that brand.
Dude, if I have to go and there's a plasma there, I'm like, oh dude, I better strap on the weight belt. I better get a second person. Cause I go to jobs solo sometimes. I'm just going to, throw, and sometimes they don't tell me that they got a 65-inch plasma I got to get out of their house. So it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't see them very often.
It's rough. It's rough. Those things are heavy. And Anti-Moncat, you heard Robert already sold out of the Panasonics. That's actually true. If you go to his website, they are all sold out. So he said that they were supposed to get, so that was the GZ1000. So the way that Robert's works, I'm sure Brandon, GZ, that it's always like they're the Hollywood tuned ones, so it's a year behind, right? So the GZ2000 was from last year, where everybody else got it. The like UK and Europe got that. So he's waiting on some GZ2000s. I don't know, man, like my wife got me paying all kinds of money for these new fucking dogs. So that really did kind of punch me in the gut and or my wallet at least. And now I have to pay a lot of money for these new puppies. So I was planning.
You can just look at the comment there, Jamaica Social. You can just answer his question. Yes, the Hisense H9G is a good buy. So there you go. Way less expensive than what you're talking about right now, right?
Exactly. I already have one. So
I know that's what I'm saying. I have one too. It's sitting right over here. Right I got 3 TVs in this room. That one's right over there.
Yeah.
I don't use it that often though. Sorry to throw you off your topic.
Yeah, no.
We're talking about the expensive dogs.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I was planning on buying a TV, a GZ2000 toward the end of the year or whenever Robert gets it in, but I have no idea now. So will I buy a TV this year for long term to keep? I don't know. And yes, I'm still looking for a good OLED for the bedroom. Somebody asked how the Vizio OLED's doing. It's not bad. It's just I'm just kind of pissed that it just won't turn on. I'm laying in bed Sunday morning. I don't want to get out of bed. My wife doesn't want to get out of bed. I turn on the TV. Fucker won't turn on. I'm like, shit. I got to get up, unplug it, wait like 30 seconds, a minute, plug it back in. So yeah, there it is. All right, guys.
Problems with that.
Yeah. It is a minor problem, but the picture quality is good. 4K 120 is decent enough. I play Call of Duty on the Xbox Series X and yada yada. I'm a good husband and father, man. I sometimes I just don't want to be, right? There are those times where it's just like, fuck, man. Can I just I made all this money. Can I spend it? Can I spend it on my own shit? The Samsung AK flagship 12-bit, they're using some sort of situation. It's not true 12-bit.
Some wizardry.
Yeah, they're using some trickery to do it. So yeah, there you go. All right, so let's end on that note. Best TVs of 2021. Definitely the A90J has set it's like the benchmark. I'd say that's a benchmark. Would you agree with that?
I think it's going to be tough to beat. I think it's pretty unanimous. It's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
But as we said maybe early, maybe the best TVs of 2021 are the LG C10 for half the price.
Yeah, last year's TVs. I think if you're going to go Samsung, look for a Q90T as opposed to the 90A. And like in FOMO's video, the 85 was just a pooch screw. So
the Q80T was a great TV for the price too. I mean,
yeah, yeah, can't go wrong with those kinds of things.
ET at Costco, you can still get it at Costco for half the price of some of these other TVs.
Yep. And if you want to go underneath, under $1,000 budget, definitely look at TCL, Hisense, and Vizio. Again, make sure you manage your expectations, and I think you're going to be okay. I mean, you can still get a good picture. Yeah, I got a little bloomy. I got a little flashlighting on the TCL. Hisense a little bit better in that aspect, but I think the gaming is a little bit better on the TCL. So it's like a toss-up, right? You got to figure out which one's better for you.
The Chana Dog Fund. You see that hashtag Chana Dog Fund?
Oh, the dog fund.
Keeping up with the Joneses. Nice.
Oh, dude, I almost paid the $6,000 for 2 dogs, bro. Like, what? It's I would love to pay off credit card. Or, new camera. This camera.
Yeah. It's a good
autofocus sucks balls. The autofocus.
I see you clearly, man. I see you clearly.
Oh, no, it's sharp.
Yeah.
4K 60, all that, but there's no autofocus. I'm really eyeing that new Sony A7S III.
Oh.
And that's $3,500, and then the lens is $1,500.
I might get a G Master. I might get the 16 to 55, man.
Oh, I'm looking at the 35 millimeter G Master 1.4. I think that's going to be that's going to be my lens.
I have the Sigma set, so I have a crop sensor. So I have the 16 and the 30. Thinking about getting the 56, but I think I'm just going to get the 16 to 55 millimeter 2.8. It's $1,200 though.
Yeah, no, they're not cheap. That's what I'm saying. I could have got upgraded my camera now that my channel's almost at 100K, but now I got to spend the money on these fucking dogs. Fuck. I mean, they're cute as shit, and yes, I'm gonna love them. But oh, dude, did you not?
I'm kidding. I love dogs. I love dogs.
Did you see my post on Facebook? Yesterday was National Puppy Day. Apparently, this is a new thing. Like, what the fuck? Like, how many things? Next, it's gonna be National White Glove Day. I'm ready. I'm ready for that fucking day.
I got a little pug, man.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Pug.
You got a pug.
Caesar the pug.
Hey, look, JB, Brandon, he followed your channel. Awesome.
I appreciate him.
Yeah. So, you guys, show some love to Brandon's channel. Make sure you subscribe. He's got some great videos and how-tos if you want to be the installer. I love that. I love that. That was it's you can be the installer, and he is the
I'm trying to figure out how to make a shirt.
Installer.
I want a shirt that says like, I can be the installer. Like after they install their own TV, they can buy the merch. You know, I don't know. I got to think of the idea.
Yeah, no, for sure. And if you guys are in the market for AV receivers or projectors or anything like that, I'm working with Dream Media, so we can try and wheel and deal and make that happen for you. So you can email me technodad55@gmail.com. It's also in my about section on the channel. There you can find my email in all my videos, so it's there.
Yeah, man, hit them up.
Yeah, that's right. Hit me up, and we'll get you hooked up. For
the dog fun the dogs.
That's pretty much. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you, Brandon, for being here, and always a pleasure. I mean, he and I talk quite a bit during the weeks. Anyway,
normally after midnight.
Normally after midnight, exactly. So everybody in the chat that's here, I'm going to try and RJ Double, Roy R, Tristan Jones, Kyle H, John Lira, Brady White, Anti Moncat, Chico, Shane W, Kyle H, BD, Jared Coleman, Mark Dodd, Snoots, Jamaica Social, Ernst Jr., Pierre, yeah, is that it? Crypto Color Lights Tech, Damon Blackburn. Wow, there's a lot of people in here.
Easy HT Tech, man.
Be the installers here. Yeah, Easy HT. What's up, Ike? Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Fred, what is up, buddy? Thank you guys. John Hoover, Brad Smith, Jesus Contreras. Did I say that right? I did you like the little accent. Raphael, what's up? We're not going to forget you, buddy. Brian. I don't even want to try pronouncing that last name. Yeah. And tune in Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for my DJ stream. If you want to work out your subwoofers, Twitch TV/TechnoDad55. I had to move it to Twitch because YouTube was being a big fat fucking baby. Yeah. Shane W.
They're tightening up their shit, man.
Yeah, I know. Shane W. Awesome. Welcome to the community. Santi Aragorn. Sorry. You know what show we're watching right now on Netflix? It's Rain. Have you heard of that? No. Yeah, it's the story of Mary. We like these period pieces.
Yeah, we know. Don't start talking about the Bridgertons if you want to keep them here, man.
Yeah, no. Rain is the story of Mary, the Queen of Scotland.
Yeah.
Who's set to marry like the Prince of France or something like that. All kinds of drama and crazy shit going on. Yeah, people getting killed, people sleeping with this person and that. Anyway, really cool. So we're gonna try and watch some of that before I got to go to work because I got to go to work at 11 p.m. Fantastic.
I can't ever tell when this guy sleeps. I'm always trying to make sure I don't wake him up at some point, but he never sleeps. He's like a vampire. Just shoot me a message and I'll get to it whenever I wake up. Might be 8 hours later, but it's okay.
That's right, because you know why?
Danger's my middle name.
That's why, motherfuckers. All right, thank you guys so much, and Brandon, don't close out. See you guys next time.